This is a presentation about the alligator snapping turtle. As you can see, they can get very big. This guy is holding a large adult and he's struggling pretty hard. Okay, so the way you identify the alligator snapping turtle is by these three pronounced ridges running down the carapace from front to back. That's going to separate him from the other common snapping turtles. Another key feature is these have the eyes on the sides of their head. Common snapping turtles aren't like that. And it's weird because most predator species have forward-facing eyes, but these are on the sides. And as you can see, they have a large head with a spiky beak. You can see this large spike right here. And these guys are able to give out a 1,200 pound per square inch bite. So it's gonna mess up whatever it gets a hold of. And you can see that around its eye it has fleshy eyelashes. They kind of look like a star. And down here, one of its cooler features is it has a worm-like tongue that it uses as a lure, and it shakes it just like a worm that's in water to attract fish. And once the fish get close enough, it just closes those jaws down and can chomp them right in half. So a little bit about their life history. Over here is a nest, and the nesting amount is pretty variable. They contain 8 to 52 eggs for any nest, and females only mate once a year, mostly so. Usually they only lay one clutch a year, and the eggs incubate for 3 to 4 months, and the temperature determines the sex of the offspring, just like all reptiles. Adults can reach up to 170 pounds, like the one you saw in the intro slide, so they can get pretty massive. It takes them 11 to 13 years to reach sexual maturity, so they have to survive quite a while before they can reproduce. The oldest living one recorded was 70 years old, so they can live quite a while. Okay, so a little bit about their habitat. They can be found right here where it's yellow on the southeastern side of the United States. Down here is what kind of habitat you can find them in. They're located in rivers, canals, and swamps. The young of this species can be found in shallower waters. When they're first born, they're still small, but as they get larger, they're going to migrate to the deepest parts of their habitat. So wherever the water is deepest is where they're going to go. And this is good because that's where fish are going to be and all their food sources, and the young can stay in the shallower water away from the adults who prey on smaller turtles. So behavior of these, they spend most of their time underwater. Females come out to lay eggs, but that's about as much as they leave. And they can stay underwater for 50 minutes without coming up for a breath of air. Algae covers their shell, which aids in their camouflage. And as you can see here, he is very camouflaged. And he's got his lure down here, waiting to attract the fish, and he's covered on the back. And they stay so motionless that it's so hard for an animal to see them. And here's another good example of the eyelashes around. They feed mostly on fish, and they feed a lot on other turtles, but they also eat frogs and snakes and insects and small mammals, along with some plant material. Just to get an idea of how hard they bite, this guy here wrapped his arm in athletic tape and gave himself bamboo splints and then wrapped it again and let the turtle bite him, and the turtle bit through it and punctured his skin. As you can see his face, it obviously hurt anyways. And this is the reference.